Alright, what's up guys? We have a new deck profile today of Eldlich. And we have this card. It's brand new. It's called Lord of Heavenly Prison. It's amazing in Eldlich. It's better in Eldlich than it is in any other back row deck, especially Altergeist. This deck, by the way, is made by PB. He is the architect and designer of the deck. This card is extremely good. It basically is a free level 10, and it protects your back row. And it special summons itself, and it sets a spell and trap card into the back row. Very good card. So right off the bat, we play three copies.
It's also good in Alter, guys.
It's not as good in Altergeist. We play 3 copies of Eldlich, the Golden Lord, in the deck. Obviously, this is your main boss monster. You can actually cut it. I've gone back and forth thinking about cutting this card to 2 because sometimes you draw too many. But honestly, like if you lose one, it can get really, really dangerous.
I'm the one that was actually thinking about
But really good card there. It's a form of removal, and it brings itself back, and then it's even more attack. 3 copies of Lord of Heavenly Prison. This has amazing effects. One effect is you can reveal it in your main phase and then keep it revealed. And if you do that, your opponent can't destroy your back row, which is very important because there's a lot of Lightning Storm, Harpies, Feather Dusters, Twin Twisters, all that great stuff running around in the metagame. But it protects set cards. And then it has another effect where if it's revealed, you can special summon it if you activate a set spell or trap card, and then you can special summon it and then set a spell set a spell or trap card. Obviously, you can activate it, the following turn since it's just set, but it will get banished at the end phase of that turn.
Just adding to that, you can actually just set a spell and just activate and special summon it if you want to go in rank 10s.
Yeah, it's good for rank 10s too. He's the GOAT. Next, we play 2 copies of Magician Souls. We have to cut down a little bit. We don't want too many monsters. Monsters get dangerous. So 2 Magician Souls. A lot of people have just cut Magician Souls altogether to play Pot of Extravagance or Pot of Prosperity. I happen to like Magician Souls. We play 3 copies of Ash Blossom, best hand trap or most versatile hand trap in the game. So that is it for the monsters. Next, we play 3 copies of Cursed Eldland. This card is one of your main searchers. You have to pay 800 life points, but it's whatever. It's one of your main searchers. You do want to see this in your opening hand. Gets you to the Golden Lord cards, and then of course it has a graveyard effect just like all the others. 1 elixir. This is pretty good in the grind game because once you run at a Sanguines, you can go into the White Destiny and bring stuff back from the graveyard. It's actually better than the Black Destiny.
It's actually better than the Black Destiny because you can set that, and if your opponent activates Ice Dragon Prison, you can just chain it and just like not let them special summon the monster and banish it. So it's kind of good in those kind of situations.
And you can set it off of this guy too, the new guy. I would play. That's all for the spells. Actually, what is that? 4 spells only,
yep. Because
we play various things that are not so kind to spells. 3 copy of Elixir, your main summoning from the deck. Also, obviously it refills resources when you banish during the end phase. 3 copy of Hakiero, which is banishing from the graveyard. Obviously very good in this metagame. 3 copies of Conquistador. Destroys a monster on the field, or destroys a card on the field. Non-targeting. 3 copies of Torrential, incredible in this meta because there's not a lot of instant negate, non-destruction kind of monsters coming right off the bat. So while they're trying to build their board, you can interrupt them. Sky Strikers isn't as strong. There's not a lot of weird floating. And there's no like Sky Strikers, Thunder Dragons, or Salamangreats where they can protect themselves. So this is actually pretty good. 3 copies of Solemn Judgment because it's one of the best counter traps, especially late. Sometimes people don't realize late in the game this card's actually really good because when you're going like 1 for 1 on cards, you have 2 cards, they have 2 cards, they can draw a blowout card, you can just do this and then you win. 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, the other best hand trap in the game. 3 copies of Strike, the other good counter trap. 3 copies of Lose One Turn. This is kind of like a special card in the deck. You don't have a lot of normal summons. This is basically like a skill drain, but for 1 turn, and it changes monsters to defense mode. You just basically stun your opponent and just build your small board, go into like a train, and then just win.
You could activate that card anytime if you want to activate it when your opponent activates their card effects. If it's special summon on that turn, it'll still negate it, so you can just wait till they activate the card effects.
1 skill drain. You want to see this? And 1 Imperial Order. If you see either of these and you're going first, you usually just win the duel because you know the deal. You win because those are just blowout cards. Next is the extra deck. It actually does matter, the extra deck. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. We play one copy of Blackluster Soldiers, one of your best Link monsters to go into, simply because it's one of the better Link monsters to go into. Because most of your monsters are above level 5, so when you summon it, it gets protection from targeting, destruction, and then obviously it has its 3 amazing effects. The card definitely needs a regular reprint. Run Relinquish Anima kidnaps monsters off the Magician's Souls. That's always good. People never play around at Relinquish Anima. You get free monsters. Boral Code Dragon. This is new. This is another Link 3 that you can go into, and its bottom effect can actually out Dragoon, and on top of outing Dragoon, it can summon the topological Bomber Dragon. I play another copy of Blackluster Soldier. It got mixed up. It should have been at the bottom there. One copy of Link Spider. Sometimes you have weird situations where you have, for example, you have like a Haki Arrow, and you just can't put it in the graveyard. Like you open just that, you can just activate it on your opponent's turn, Link Spider it away, and now you have that in the graveyard. You can set Sanguine, you can actually start playing. It just comes up. Like the extra deck is extremely fluid. There's a lot of just free spots, I gotta say. One copy of Link Karibo, one copy of Borreload Dragon, one copy of Access Code Talker to end lives. For the XYZ package, we play Divine Arsenal Zeus, Constellar Pallades. This is because all of the trap monsters are level 5. Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav Max is extremely... Going into the rank 10 is actually very consistent now because the Lord of Heavenly Prison is actually the rank 10. It's a part of why he's better in this deck than Altergeist, because basically he's level 10, you can summon him, and it's extremely easy to go into the rank 10s. I have gone more into the rank 10s today than I have my entire life. Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Juggernaut Libe. Obviously this again ends lives. And these 3 are for if you're playing against Dogmatica matchups. You can sub these out for anything you want to, but if you're playing against Dogmatica, obviously this puts in some work, as you send these to summon Invoke Mechaba and you pop a card. It's great stuff. And that is basically it. The side deck, there's no point to show the side deck, but the whole point of today was to show you this Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Extremely good card, protects back row, does everything you need. If you play a back row deck, buy this card. It's very good. But thank you for watching, and have a great day.